So it's fun. It's like the creative, yet the business. So many of us love the creative side. Hey, I'm an actress. I want to be in a movie. But then, hey, how does that movie actually make money?
And I don't want to sit here and pretend like I figured that out, because if I figured that out for every movie, I wouldn't be sitting here. I'd be on my yacht with Jeff Bezos somewhere tied up in the islands or whatever. But I'm working to figure that out. And that's the fun part, because like I said, each film is different. And it really, we at FireBook deal in what the industry calls genre films mainly. And so that's any kind of scary movie, thriller, suspense, horror, sci-fi in that realm. Mainly because it makes more sense. The path to profitability is easier because the budgets for those films are historically lower than your budgets for dramas and comedies and action films, especially. So your barrier of making ROI for the investors, it's an easier hurdle to jump over because the budgets are smaller.
That makes sense to me. Welcome back, Tom.
Yeah. Hey, Tom.
The horror film genre, I always am like, why is it another horror film? And I guess that you just explained that
Yeah.
because the budget's smaller, therefore profit margins are bigger.
Yeah, and I can take you a little inside baseball. There's a dead zone when it comes, and I hope when I explained it, it makes sense. So we typically, for the first year and a half of the company, we're looking at $5 million and under for budget of a film. That way, it wasn't too heavy with cast, it wasn't too heavy with like VFX or anything like that, and that path to profitability was a quicker one to walk down. There's a gap between about 5 million and 10 million that doesn't make sense. 10 million and above, that means you have the capital to have a list cast, which will help it sell.
Sure.
Below that, you're not worried about that. You're just making a good movie. Hopefully the creative's good. Maybe there's a good producer, director involved. But it's that dead zone in the middle that historically you want to try to avoid, because it's not big enough to have A-list cast, but it's too big to not have A-list cast. So unless you just get totally lucky, it's going to be really hard to make money in that little dead zone between 5 and 10.